What the man? Fuck this game!
Hello and welcome back to The Good, the Bad and the Game. 1 year ago, Sweet here played Rainbow Six Siege, and in her utter destruction she vowed to never touch it again.
I have only played this game once or twice, maybe a year ago. Got spawn peeked and TK'd, slaughtered every game. Got more tilted than towers. Every round coming up against people who have been playing for a while, it was just like, I guess I'll just die. That said, I didn't give it much of a chance at the time.
As I really love this game myself, I proposed a challenge. 6 days of 6. Can we get someone to love this game by getting them to really give it a chance?
So like coming back to a toxic friendship, we're gonna give this one more shot. 6 is horrible, change my mind. So, give me a quick idea about the game before we play, so I have a vague idea of what I'll be doing before I get destroyed.
Well, we will be playing the multiplayer mode. So you'll notice Rainbow Six Siege has some similarities to Valorant. You'll be playing on a team of 5 operators, versing another team of 5 as either attackers or defenders. The operators also have abilities but are more technological than superpowers. Nobody in this game is going to be shooting fire out of their hands. Also, the game modes in 6 are a little different. There are 3 different types. There's bomb, hostage, and secure area. The gist is, in bomb, the attackers must defuse 1 of 2 bombs in a building, while the defenders must prevent this from happening. In hostage, the defenders are trying to protect the hostage and attackers are trying to extract the hostage. And secure the area, the objective is attackers must secure a particular room for 10 seconds straight, while the defenders need to prevent this until the round ends. You win by eliminating all of the opposing team or completing the scenario objective.
Okay, let's do this.
To start you off, we brought you into a terrorist hunt, just so you can learn the basics again, to which you'll learn the most important skill of the game, teabagging.
Definitely more important than the utilities. But my favourite part starting off was our makeshift Rocket League tournament with the soccer ball and the drones outside.
We digress. Rocket League can be for a future video. Anyways, the operative you've chosen is Sledge. He has a sledgehammer that breaks through soft walls.
Here's Johnny!
When we started engaging the enemies, oh my god, I could feel the PTSD flashbacks of getting destroyed like last time I played this game. Gamer Grills can send out bathwater, but I can send out my bottled tears from this game.
You got destroyed? I seem to remember being destroyed by you. I already killed the terrorist. Why'd you shoot me?
Ah, yes. My first TK. On a different note, one of the first things I did notice and really appreciate about R6 was the graphics. Compared to Valorant, the realistic style was so different but really interesting. The sights, the operators and the utilities look really good.
I definitely agree. The realistic graphics give the game a more AAA feel, which it is classified as a AAA game, but anyways. Operators have really nice designs and so do the maps. They are very diverse. After showing you around in Terrorist Hunt, we had a look at the Halloween seasonal game mode.
Yes! Muppet mode! It was awesome. I love playing as Muppets in a more COD-like deathmatch, shooting them right in the stuffing. It's like Sesame Street Warzone.
Yeah, I agree. R6 change up their seasonal modes all the time, and I've never seen them repeat one, so it keeps it fresh, unlike Overwatch. Drunkenstein! Anyways, there is only one way to learn this game, and that's by throwing you into the deep end, which means starting online multiplayer.
Pokey, pokey, pokey.
Pokey with the headshots! Oh my god, that's 2 headshots.
Oh man, here we go. After playing a couple games, I found the game in general really hard, but it wasn't as depressing as the last time I played. Keyboard is still here and not out the window.
That's because the last time you played, you just held the room with a shotgun and you didn't know what was happening.
Hey, I didn't know what else to do.
All good. I'm just saying, this time having played an FPS, you used some of that knowledge and were a bit more active. Also, the gunfights in R6 are more fast-paced than what you used to in Valorant.
It's true. Well, after day 1, I do dislike the game a little bit less. Enjoyment has gone up a little bit.
But when you learn a little bit more and get the hang of it, the kills are very satisfying and I think you will come to enjoy this game.
Next time, gets wrecked. Day 2, I hate this again.
Don't get me wrong, it is a punishing game and there will be some plays that will really tilt you, but you'll get used to it.
That's it. Day 7, I am champion.
Come behind me. No, tanks, go this way. Go to the right, go to the right.
No! Found him.
What happened?
He picked up the hostage, ran out main door, straight into a frost trap.
My god, after day 2, did we even see the same map twice?
No, definitely not.
There are so many maps.
We've probably seen just a little over half, to be honest.
Oh my god, I know I complained about Valorant's limited maps, but this is next level. I feel so lost in the games. I don't know how to get where I want to go and where people are coming from.
No, this is true, but if you play regularly for a while, you'll start to figure out where things are. Just like how it was with Valorant. It will take a little time because it's overwhelming at first. Once you play it a few times and you're like, oh, I know this map, here's a good position, you'll start picking up things quicker. This game is definitely more strategic than Valorant.
Oh, strategy is hard. No, I think the part where I'm really struggling is I don't know where I'm going and everywhere feels like danger.
I would suggest to you, if that's the case, if you're not sure where it is safe, you'll need to check. How do you check? With your drone. You'll need to play a bit slower, checking every corner of the room, especially if they have a conveyor. She can be right up behind you and you don't even know. I have a general rule that the further away I am from the objective, the more careless I can be, and that still gets me killed. But you'll learn a lot of things just from being killed. You'll get shot and think, wow, it's a really good spot, or strat, I can try that next time. You'll learn the game sense from your deaths.
That's true, but I still feel overwhelmed about how there are so many maps, and it's really hard to play strategically. But I do like that the maps are so interactive. I can shoot through walls and floors and come through windows.
Definitely, R6 is unique in that aspect. I can kind of consider the game to be like RTS chess. It's a tactical shooter and there are different strategies for many different maps because they are so modifiable. You break or reinforce the roofs and walls.
You seem to have a pretty good opinion of R6, so how are you finding it coming back to it after all this time?
I really missed it, to be honest. I was just getting back into the routine, mindset, and remembering the strategies for playing R6. Breaking reflex habits from other games is the biggest struggle. Like I cannot use a jet dash in R6.
So you're relearning it too?
To an extent. Some old strategies and techniques are coming back along with new skills and the game sense that I acquired from other games. It's been over a year since I last played, and there are many changes and additions to the game such as new scopes and utility. It's good to see that the creators for the 5-year-old game are as dedicated as the player base.
What?
Oh, you got cut by the f***ing door!
Oh. That's a joke and a half. Oh, she would have been dead.
Yeah.
I hate this game so much.
By day 3 now, it's not feeling as bad as the other days. I took the advice of some of our team about trying to stick with only a few operators and learn them and feel comfortable with their abilities, instead of jumping to a different operator every round. I think I was expecting to just come across this one operator that I would pop off on, but there's a lot more to winning the game than just OP utilities.
Yeah, no, that's a much better approach. But today, you experienced your first spawn peak.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, I bet. What to take from that is if you slow down, you can get a better handle on the situation.
Yes, and if there are open windows, I could die. Every open space is an opportunity to die. As I'm continuously dying, I've noticed there are so many operators and they all have their own separate kits, which does give a lot of diversity and opportunities for varied strategic play. Interestingly, you can change operators each round, unlike Valorant.
Definitely. I'm sure you have noticed the operators have particular guns as well, with different damage output, recoil patterns, and are very situational. So customizing your loadout to work for your strategy and your utilities is vital.
Although, with so many operators, I can't even remember what they all do. I'm finding it hard not knowing what all these operators do off the top of my head, so I'm not sure who would be the most useful in certain scenarios, and also what the enemy team is capable of doing to me. Some of those icons and alerts that are coming up are confusing as well, like being detected by lines E1D that apparently you're not supposed to move when it's active. But I did start on Rook and his utility was really easy, and I felt helpful to the team regardless of my newbie skill level.
Yeah, I believe Rook's armor is really underrated as well. You're helping yourself and the team. Zolf Wriggler and I did research ages ago about bullet damage with armor and without. It was quite a significant difference.
I did find my survivability improved with armor, so much so that I got my first kill today.
Woo-hoo.
It was really exciting, and then I got shot down and then exploded.
Armor is good, but there are some operators with shields. You can somewhat entry frag with shields. Also, people are really scared of shields. generally because it's so hard to hit the little corners besides the shield or the legs, especially if you're crouched. So yeah, people hate shields. I panic, everyone panics. It's like, how do you deal with it? You could wall up, sit in a corner as Monty, and there isn't much they can do other than C4. But then it's like a stalemate. As soon as you drop that shield, you're probably going to be shot. There are cases where people do drop shield and knife straight away, one hit kill.
So, I should just run around with a knife.
Sure, you can try that, but I think they shoot faster and further than you can knife though.
I don't know, I'm pretty quick with that left click. My shanking skills are on point. I'd be dodging those bullets Matrix style.
Or you could just play an operator where they don't shoot you in plain sight, like Alibi puts out fake copies of herself.
So, I go as Alibi, line up all 3 in a row and stand on one. See if they can pick the right one, like the find the ball in the cup game.
Actually, I've actually used Alibi to pull some tricks before. I put some clones around, then all of a sudden I hear someone walking down the stairs and I stop and freeze. They look at me and turn around, and I just went, bang, headshot. Yeah, you stand on top of the copy because the biggest thing they're looking for is the belt on the ground.
That is great. I'll have to try that. Belt coming off now, boy.
However, it is also very risky, and dare I say most of the time it doesn't work. You'll have to be smart and make them believe they are in no danger.
Thoughts for future rounds.
Is this gonna work?
They're droning
Yeah, it's
in.
gonna work.
Day 4 of 6 Siege. It's like day 4 of boot camp. No, it's not that bad. I'm just complaining because the games were sweaty and I want to be good straight away. I started on Valorant, so I got pretty frustrated because in R6 I have to play a lot slower and I found myself being more impatient, so I died so fast in the first few rounds just from being reckless. But after readapting to R6, got more kills than the previous days and it felt easier navigating around the map. Guess who's getting good? It was more enjoyable, especially having a full 5 stack.
Yeah, playing with friends like we do in Valorant will be a lot more enjoyable because we have better comps. People can help you by giving you information.
After I died in the round, I did like how I can watch the drones and help ping where the enemies are. Watching a teammate use the information I give them to get the kill is so satisfying.
Very true. I enjoy playing in a 5 stack, especially because there are very funny moments, even when we make mistakes, like shooting the hostage, for example. You also learn how to use a breach charge for the first time. That's normally how you're supposed to break through doors, not brrr with your gun. The reason I do it is because I have a shotgun, just boof, 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 and the door's broken. But if you shoot at it, what the enemy can do is wait, hear you reload, and pop out and kill you. You know what I mean? It's a risky play.
Yeah, that's true, but when we do end up engaging enemies, my reflexes feel so slow, like I hesitate when I see the enemy. Although I did get a couple kills in these games, but they still felt like spray and pray a lot rather than strategy and good aim.
Don't worry, it'll get better. You may even start to prefer it to Valorant simply for the fact that you do not have to control recoil as strangely as you do in Valorant.
There is a lot of recoil though.
There is a lot of recoil, but your bullet is still in the center of your reticle of the scope. So if you learn to drag your mouse down a little more aggressively, if that reticle is over the head or body, you know it's hitting. It's not like you're assuming, it's randomly around it.
Noted. So, hit him right in the reticles.
Damn straight.
Go the hostage. Take her out.
Secured.
That's it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Follow it out. Let's go. Let's go.
Well done.
By day 5, I feel I'm getting used to the situation and actually getting bullets into the enemy feels easier than the previous days. And I got my first clutch!
Yeah, you did.
It was so exciting and so satisfying. I feel like I'm getting consistently more kills than the previous days instead of just lucky shots and panic sprays. And I started playing Frost. I like her traps.
Yeah, she is good. She has a very nice gun.
I did like her gun, it was good. Especially after I changed to a smaller scope and I could actually see the room. I'm enjoying the game a lot more, but it still felt tilting at times. Every round is so intense and every time I die, I'm taking it personally because when I watch the kill cam, it's so obvious. It was a stupid move, like putting myself in the open in a bad position or just making bad plays. Especially because there's so few rounds, it feels like you don't get that many chances.
Yeah, I agree, but that's how you'll learn. You'll see this, that I died to this, so I won't do that next time, and you'll eventually get better.
I do feel like once someone gets taken down, we all start falling like dominoes, though.
Yeah, that can be what generally happens. Once there's a chink in the armor,
It's a landslide.
the teammates are relying on each other to hold certain points in a map and to cover their backs. So once the enemy starts getting through, things start to get chaotic.
I guess it's especially difficult because you're playing with a lot of new people like me who have trouble with comms and telling the team where they'll be coming from after I die due to the lack of map knowledge. That's why you gonna get shot in the back, boy.
That's it, it's always a 1v5.
I'm the one.
You wish. Well, that's what happens when you hide in the corner.
Oi, that's day 4 me. Day 5 me is much better. So after playing more games, the operators are starting to feel a little more familiar. But I feel like when I'm watching the team and listening to you guys, that you know which operators are good for the map and already have an idea of what strategy you're going to use. And I don't. So I feel like I'm definitely lacking there. And it's making the game a lot harder. I just picked the operators whose ability I think I could use and not be too hesitant. Operators like Fuse, I'm a little more hesitant to pick because I'm worried I'm going to put the grenades in at the wrong spot and kill someone, like the hostage or a teammate, or disrupt someone's strategies. So I was trying to play more passive players than aggressive ones, like Rook. I know his armor will actually help the team. I don't want to throw in a flash and, oh no, my team is blind.
Look, at the end of the day, if you feel you want to play operator with more aggressive abilities, don't hesitate. If you kill someone, who cares? You're still learning.
I also feel like more aggressive operators would be harder due to my lack of map knowledge, and I haven't developed that game awareness yet.
I think you're worrying too much. Even if you can't position yourself to use utility and ace the other team yet, you're either clearing the room, making it safer for you to enter, or you're distracting and putting pressure on the enemy team away from the front lines, making it easier for teammates, creating more 1v1 scenarios. Both are better than nothing. And if you're worried about hurting or flashing your team, just remember to say something and let your team know what you're doing. The only reason we know this is because we've played a lot of hours in the game. We have map awareness and where the other team might enter.
And you also know what operators' utilities go together and can work together.
Yeah, this is true. By knowing the operators, you can see where the team might be lacking and pick an operator to strengthen the team dynamic.
It makes sense, but I'm definitely feeling I have a lack of operator strategies due to the lack of map knowledge, and this is making the game quite difficult. But now there were actually a couple maps I've seen before, finally. So this game is feeling a lot better now.
That's good, that's good.
Didn't mean to do that.
Do they spawn? Yes. Yes. Come on.
Reinforcing the wall!
Yes, spawn peak! Woo!
Day 6. I don't want to say it. You're gonna glow.
Come on.
Fine. I like the game. I gave it a real chance, and there's still a lot to learn about it before I would call myself any good. I've come to enjoy playing it, especially since I got a few satisfying kills.
Yeah, I knew it.
R6 is feeling better, and I feel like I'm getting a lot more kills and more confident and enjoying the game a bit more. One of the games, I was even top fragger!
Yee!
And the next game, I got none.
Oof.
So there's still a long way to go and many rage quits to come.
Did you die?
I got killed every round in horrible spots. But how are you finding coming back to the game after so long and training somebody new at it?
It's nice getting back into my old ways. It's kind of like riding a bike. It all comes back to me. The player base is about the same. If you do stupid shit, you'll die. There's obviously still hard sweats and hard smurfs, but I can't say I've seen a whole bunch of them. I died mainly because of stupid mistakes and a lack of map knowledge as well due to the new maps and changes. In terms of teaching you the game, I've never had somebody yell at me so much for giving helpful advice. You're an impatient player, but this is a common trait for new players to this game, so I wouldn't feel bad.
Hey, I only yelled for getting blamed for things I didn't do, but besides that, why do you think 6 Siege has such a steep learning curve for so many people?
Well, R6 was designed with the concept of being played very strategically. So the smarter you play, the easier it is. The thing is, most people are impatient and run in, or I don't need to check that corner because that area should be fine. And there's such a low survivability in R6 because the bullet is always on the reticle. So playing smart is very important. even more so compared to a game such as Valorant, where the heroes have more survivability and the bullets are in randomized positions.
So you believe that R6 is less forgiving because the operators have lower survivability because these attacks are so strong and accurate?
I believe so. Plus, you can always spawn peek. You can also rotate around the map from so many different angles. This differs from in Valorant, which is typically like there is an A and a B and a push. In R6, someone could start at the top of the building, rotate down and back behind the enemy, and it's hard to counter that. A lot of attack operators are for breaching, but there aren't many utilities to cover for flanking.
So it relies a lot on the player's game awareness then?
Yeah, if you see the enemy and see them go in a certain direction, you'll have to think, where could have they gone? And think if you're going to be flanked.
Makes sense, but with little map knowledge, you can't do that very well.
That's true.
Oh man, so the biggest strength is map knowledge.
Oh, definitely. And included in that is there are cameras all around the map that can see you from defense, so they'll always generally know where you are.
Oh, that'll take some time to learn.
Well, you can shoot them, and it's also a similar concept when attacking. Drones are very strong and are your only source of gathering information without putting yourself in danger. How you learn the maps is through attack, and when you get a good feel of the layout of the map, then you can roam on defense, and that's where things get really interesting.
True, during gameplay, the unfamiliarity with the layout of the maps didn't feel as intimidating after these few days. And while knowing the layout of the map is definitely an advantage, I've seen that playing slowly and checking every corner of the room to be safe compensates for that. So by the end of these 6 days of 6, I have come to feel more comfortable with the maps and the game mechanics, letting me actually enjoy the game and get some kills and feel like an active part of the team. It made me enjoy the game more than I thought I would.
It's good to hear. Well, I guess to say 6 days of 6 is a success. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Good, The Bad, The Game. Like and subscribe. Let us know if you have any advice for your young R6 apprentice here. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Oh no, you're gone.
I'm dead.
You yeeted him and got frostmatted.
No, I got a cap can and frostmatted.
Oh, big
I didn't even eat in. It yeeted onto the balcony. At least that window's clear now.
Yeah, watch out for these windows. People are camping
You
them.
see anyone there, Tanks?
Yeah, Cav.
Yeah, you sure do.
There's a Cav next to it.
Oh no.